Life is a journey full of challenges, twists, and turns. Every day we face obstacles, some small, some monumental. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, to think that life is unfair, or to lose hope when things don't go our way. But here's the truth: strength is not about never facing difficulties. Strength is about how you respond when life tests you. Staying strong doesn't mean you suppress your emotions or pretend everything is fine. It means acknowledging your struggles, understanding that pain is part of growth, and choosing to move forward anyway. When you are strong, you don't just survive adversity, you rise above it. Remember, strength is not a physical quality alone, it is a mindset. A strong mind can turn setbacks into lessons, failures into stepping stones, and doubts into opportunities. Life will sometimes push you to the edge, but that's where the magic happens. The edge teaches you resilience, patience, and courage. When fear knocks on your door, answer with courage. When uncertainty clouds your path, hold on to faith. When negativity surrounds you, let positivity shine through. Strength is also about choices. The decision to forgive when it's hard, to keep going when you feel broken, and to believe in yourself even when no one else does. True strength is quiet, humble, and persistent. It doesn't need applause or recognition. It grows in small moments, waking up every morning with purpose, smiling through challenges, and refusing to give up on yourself. So today, I want you to remember this. Life is not about avoiding storms. It's about learning to dance in the rain. Stand tall in your difficulties, stay calm in chaos, and keep moving forward with hope in your heart. Your strength is not just for surviving, it's for thriving. Stay strong always, because the world needs your courage, your light, and your unwavering spirit. Strength is often misunderstood. Many people think it is something you are born with, something inherent that you either have or don't. But real strength is not about physical power or being impervious to pain. True strength is a conscious choice, a decision you make every single day to face life as it comes, no matter how difficult the circumstances may be. Life is full of challenges, and there will be times when you are tested in ways you never imagined. You might face failure in your career, heartbreak in relationships, or even disappointment from yourself. These moments are inevitable. What separates those who thrive from those who crumble is not luck or talent. It is a choice to stay strong. Choosing strength doesn't mean you ignore your struggles or pretend they don't exist. It means you acknowledge the reality of the situation and decide that it will not define you. Imagine a tree during a storm. The wind bends its branches, the rain weighs it down, but the tree does not resist with rigidity. It sways, it adapts, and it stands tall once the storm passes. In the same way, choosing strength means being flexible, resilient, and persistent in the face of life's storms. It is about saying to yourself, I may be shaken, I may feel pain, but I will not be defeated. Every decision we make in moments of difficulty reflects our inner strength. You might wake up one morning feeling overwhelmed by problems, thinking that it's too much to handle. At that moment, you have a choice. Give in to despair or summon the courage to face the day. Strength is choosing to act despite fear, to move forward when everything inside you wants to retreat. It is in the small daily decisions, the choice to get out of bed, to try again after failure, to smile even when the world seems cruel, that your strength is built. Strength is also about perspective. When you choose to see challenges as opportunities rather than obstacles, you empower yourself. Every hardship becomes a lesson, every setback a stepping stone, every failure a chance to learn. Choosing strength allows you to reframe difficulties not as punishments, but as invitations to grow. It is not always easy. Life will test you, and sometimes it will push you to the edge. But the very act of choosing to remain steadfast, even when it is uncomfortable or painful, is what transforms ordinary people into remarkable individuals. Finally, choosing strength is a commitment to yourself. It is a promise that no matter what life throws at you, you will rise, you will endure, and you will continue to move forward. You cannot control every circumstance, but you can control your response. By choosing strength, you take ownership of your life, refuse to be victimized by your challenges, and create a life that reflects courage, resilience, and hope. Strength is not a destination. It is a lifelong practice, a conscious choice made every morning, every hour, every minute. And when you choose strength consistently, you not only survive life's storms, you thrive in spite of them. Emotions are often seen as a weakness in today's fast-paced world. We are told to suppress our fears, hide our sadness, and always appear strong and composed. But the truth is that emotions are not the enemy. They are a natural part of being human. Feeling pain, fear, anger, or sadness does not make you weak. In fact, ignoring or suppressing these feelings often leads to greater struggle. Because unacknowledged emotions have a way of holding us back, clouding our judgment, and preventing us from moving forward. True strength lies in acknowledging what you feel, understanding it, and using it as fuel to rise above challenges. When we face difficulties, our emotions are the first to respond. Fear whispers that we are not capable. Pain reminds us of our vulnerabilities. Yeah. Sadness can make even small obstacles feel insurmountable. But instead of running away from these emotions or pretending they don't exist, we must pause and allow ourselves to feel them fully. It is in this acceptance that strength begins to grow. By recognizing your feelings, you validate your own humanity, and in that validation, you find clarity. You begin to see that emotions are signals, not stop signs. They tell you what matters, where your boundaries lie, and where growth is possible. Embracing emotions also allows you to process them constructively. Fear, when acknowledged, can become a source of courage. Pain, when understood, can become a source of resilience. Sadness, when faced honestly, can deepen your empathy and wisdom. Think of life as a river. Emotions are the water that flows through it. You cannot stop the river, nor should you try. But you can learn to navigate it, ride its currents, and use its energy to propel yourself forward rather than being swept away by it. Many people avoid emotions because they associate them with vulnerability, but there is nothing braver than confronting your inner self. It takes courage to admit I am scared or I am hurting, because doing so means opening the door to growth and change. The moment you embrace your feelings without judgment, you take away their power to control you. You begin to respond consciously rather than react impulsively. Strength is born in this conscious choice, the choice to feel deeply, reflect honestly, and then act with clarity and purpose. Acknowledging emotions is also essential for building authentic connections. When you allow yourself to feel and express what is real, you create space for others to do the same. Strength is not just an internal journey. It is reflected in your relationships, your ability to inspire others, and the way you handle life's challenges with integrity and compassion. By embracing your emotions, you model courage and resilience for everyone around you. Finally, understanding your emotions teaches patience and self-compassion. Life is full of ups and downs, and it is natural to stumble, feel overwhelmed, or even break at times. Strength is not about never falling. It is about recognizing your feelings, accepting them, and finding the power to stand up again. Every tear, every moment of fear, every pang of sadness is an opportunity to learn, grow, and strengthen your character. When you acknowledge your emotions fully, you transform them from obstacles into allies. And in doing so, you discover a deeper, more enduring form of strength that carries you through even the toughest storms. Our mind is an extraordinary tool. It has the power to shape our reality, influence our emotions, and determine the trajectory of our lives. Yet so often we underestimate it, letting negative thoughts, doubts, and fears control our actions. The truth is that strength is not only about what you do, but also about how you think. But mental resilience, the ability to remain calm, focused, and determined in the face of adversity, is the foundation of staying strong. When you cultivate a strong mind, you no longer see setbacks as the end of the road. Instead, you recognize them as opportunities for growth, learning, and transformation. Life is unpredictable. Failures, disappointments, and challenges are inevitable. But the way we interpret these experiences defines our journey. Imagine a person faced with a major setback. Perhaps they lost a job, faced rejection, or failed in a personal goal. One person may see this as proof that they are not good enough and give up. Another sees the same situation and asks, what can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger? This difference is not about luck or circumstance. It is about the mind. Mental resilience allows you to view failure not as a final verdict, but as a stepping stone, a chance to reflect, adjust, and try again with greater wisdom and determination. Developing mental strength begins with self-awareness. You must observe your thoughts without judgment, recognizing when fear, anger, or negativity arises. By doing so, you create a space between stimulus and response, a space where choice exists. In that space, you can decide not to be controlled by emotions or setbacks. You can choose optimism over despair, action over stagnation, and growth over resignation. This conscious decision making is the hallmark of a strong mind. A resilient mind is also adaptable. Life rarely goes according to plan, and rigid thinking can lead to frustration, stress, and despair. But when you approach challenges with flexibility, creativity, and an open mindset, you transform obstacles into opportunities. Every failure becomes a lesson. Every challenge a chance to discover new strengths you didn't know you had. Mental resilience allows you to keep moving forward even when circumstances are uncertain, knowing that your inner strength is more powerful than any external difficulty. Furthermore, a strong mind nurtures patience and perseverance. It teaches you that growth is rarely instant and that meaningful achievements require consistent effort over time. When setbacks occur, a resilient mind reminds you that these moments are temporary and that persistence, reflection, and effort will eventually yield results. Strength is not about avoiding failure. It is about meeting it with courage, learning from it, and using it as fuel for your next step. Finally, mental resilience empowers you to take control of your life. You cannot always control the events around you, but you can control your response to them. Now, by training your mind to stay focused, positive, and determined, you unlock a power that no external circumstance can diminish. Mind over matter is not just a phrase. It is a principle that transforms ordinary people into individuals who thrive, inspire, and leave a lasting impact. When you master your mind, no challenge is too great, no setback too heavy, and no obstacle too impossible to overcome. Life has a way of testing us when we least expect it. Challenges arrive suddenly, and often we are unprepared for the storms that shake our world. In those moments, fear is natural. Fear whispers in your ear, telling you to turn back, to avoid risks, or to settle for less. Uncertainty surrounds you, clouding your path with doubt and confusion. It is easy to feel small, powerless, or incapable of handling the weight of what is happening. But it is precisely in these moments that courage must rise. Not the absence of fear, but the choice to act despite it. True strength is responding to adversity with bravery, facing the unknown with faith, and stepping forward even when the outcome is unclear. Courage is not a sudden dramatic act performed once and then forgotten. It is a continuous, deliberate choice made every day. It begins with acknowledging your fear rather than denying it. When you admit that you are afraid, you take the first step toward mastering it. Fear loses its power the moment you name it, confront it, and decide that it will not dictate your actions. Every courageous act, no matter how small, strengthens your resolve and expands your capacity to handle future challenges. Courage is not always loud or grand. Often it is quiet, persistent, and deeply personal. Uncertainty is another test of courage. Life rarely provides clear answers or guaranteed outcomes. We plan, we prepare, and yet the path ahead is never fully visible. This uncertainty can paralyze even the strongest among us. But courage is choosing to move forward anyway, trusting that your efforts, intentions, and resilience will guide you. Faith in yourself, in your purpose, and in the journey becomes your anchor when the seas of life are turbulent. Courage and faith work hand in hand. Courage drives you to act, and faith assures you that your actions, no matter how small, are not in vain. Adversity often comes in repeated waves, testing your patience and persistence. It is in these times that courage shows its true power. A brave heart does not shrink from challenges, but faces them with determination and dignity. It understands that setbacks are temporary, and that every struggle contains a lesson, a hidden opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Courage allows you to transform fear into focus, doubt into determination, and obstacles into stepping stones toward your goals. Moreover, courage inspires others. When you confront adversity with bravery and grace, you become a beacon for those around you. Your actions send a silent message. It is possible to rise above fear. It is possible to move forward even in uncertainty. Courage is contagious, and by embodying it, you not only transform your own life, but also empower others to face their challenges with confidence and hope. Ultimately, courage is a daily practice. It is waking up every morning with the resolve to meet whatever comes your way. It is holding your head high in the face of fear, taking calculated risks, and trusting that even when the outcome is unknown, your inner strength will carry you through. Life will not always be fair, nor will it always be predictable. But when you respond to fear with bravery and uncertainty with faith, you discover a power within yourself that is unshakable. You realize that true strength is not measured by what life hands you, but by how boldly you choose to respond. Consistency is one of the most overlooked yet powerful forms of strength. Many people think that success, resilience, or personal growth happens through dramatic events or sudden breakthroughs. But the truth is that life-changing progress is rarely the result of a single action. It is the outcome of small, deliberate, and consistent efforts over time. Strength is built not in grand gestures, but in the quiet, everyday choices we make to persevere, to show up, and to keep moving forward, even when the results are not immediately visible. Every day we face countless opportunities to either take action or give in to complacency. Choosing consistency means showing up even when motivation is low, even when progress seems slow, and even when the world doesn't notice. It is easy to be inspired for a day, a week, or even a month, but true strength is cultivated in the moments when no one is watching, when results are delayed, and when the temptation to quit is strong. These small, repeated actions, waking up early to work on your goals, practicing patience in relationships, choosing positivity over negativity, or simply finishing what you started, accumulate over time. They become the foundation upon which resilience, confidence, and lasting strength are built. Consistency also teaches discipline, and discipline is the bridge between intention and achievement. A strong person is not someone who has never faced challenges or moments of weakness. It is someone who continues to act with purpose despite them. When you practice consistency, you train your mind to overcome excuses, to resist distractions, and to stay focused on what truly matters. It is in this disciplined, unwavering approach that the seeds of long-term success are planted. Each small effort compounds, and over months and years, these efforts create results far beyond what a single action could ever achieve. Another aspect of consistency is resilience in the face of setbacks. Life is unpredictable, and even the most disciplined efforts may not always produce immediate success. Consistency allows you to stay committed despite failures or slow progress. Every time you persist, every time you take one more step forward when you feel like giving up, you reinforce a powerful message to yourself. You are capable, you are committed, and you will not be defeated by temporary obstacles. Strength, therefore, is not about avoiding difficulties. It is about maintaining your effort, focus, and dedication regardless of them. Consistency is also a reflection of character. It shows your commitment to your values, your goals, and your own growth. When people see someone who consistently acts with integrity, kindness, and perseverance, they are inspired, not just by what that person achieves, but by the way they live their life every day. The small, repeated acts of consistency have a ripple effect, influencing not only your own journey, but also the lives of those around you. Ultimately, consistency turns ordinary actions into extraordinary results. A strong person understands that the path to growth is a marathon, not a sprint. They know that small efforts practiced day after day build habits. Habits build character, and character builds an unshakable foundation of strength. Whether it is in personal development, relationships, health, or professional pursuits, staying consistent, even in the face of challenges, is what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve, who remain strong, and who inspire others by example. Life is full of challenges, and often negativity seems to be all around us. There will always be people who doubt you, circumstances that disappoint you, and situations that seem unfair. In such moments, it is easy to get caught in the cycle of pessimism, to focus on problems rather than solutions, and to let fear or doubt dictate your actions. But true strength lies in cultivating a positive mindset, choosing to see opportunities in difficulties, hope in despair, and light in the darkness. A positive mindset is not about ignoring reality. It is about guiding your thoughts and actions with optimism even when negativity surrounds you. Positivity is a conscious choice. It begins with self-awareness, noticing when negative thoughts arise, and deciding not to let them control your behavior. Every time you replace a limiting belief with an empowering thought, you train your mind to focus on solutions rather than problems. Instead of thinking, "Oh, this is too hard, I can't do it," you say, "This is challenging, but I will find a way." This shift may seem small, but it is transformative. Over time, it rewires your thinking, making resilience and courage your default response to adversity. A positive mindset also empowers you to take responsibility for your life. It reminds you that while you cannot always control external circumstances, you can control how you respond to them. Negativity may come from outside, through criticism, setbacks, or failure, but strength comes from choosing to act with hope, patience, and determination despite these influences. When you focus on possibilities rather than limitations, you unlock creative solutions, make better decisions, and inspire confidence in yourself and others. Furthermore, positivity fuels perseverance. Challenges are inevitable, and setbacks are part of life, but a positive mindset allows you to see them as temporary and manageable. When you believe that better days are ahead, you are more likely to keep pushing forward, even when the journey is difficult. Every obstacle becomes a lesson, every failure an opportunity to grow stronger, and every difficulty a chance to demonstrate courage and resilience. Positivity does not eliminate hardships, but it gives you the energy and clarity to face them with strength. The impact of positivity extends beyond personal growth. It influences your relationships, your work, and the environment around you. When you approach life with optimism and hope, you naturally uplift those around you. Your attitude becomes contagious, encouraging others to see opportunities instead of obstacles. Strength is not only about enduring challenges for yourself, it is also about inspiring courage, hope, and positivity in others through your words, actions, and mindset. Finally, a positive mindset nurtures gratitude and perspective. When you focus on the good in life, no matter how small, you create a mental foundation of strength that cannot easily be shaken by adversity. Gratitude reminds you of your resources, your achievements, and your ability to overcome, while perspective keeps temporary setbacks from overwhelming you. Together, they make positivity a powerful tool that guides your actions, fuels your growth, and reinforces your resilience in every situation. Choosing to let positivity guide your actions is not a one-time decision. It is a lifelong practice. Life will always present challenges, but when your thoughts are rooted in optimism and your actions are guided by hope, negativity loses its power. Your strength becomes unwavering, your courage unshakable, and your journey not just survivable, but truly inspiring. Life often tests our patience and emotional resilience through conflicts, misunderstandings, and betrayals. When someone hurts us intentionally or unintentionally, it is natural to feel anger, resentment, or even a desire for revenge. Holding on to these negative emotions may seem justified at first. After all, we have been wrong, and it feels unfair. But the truth is that holding grudges and clinging to bitterness does more harm to us than to anyone else. Emotional strength is not about holding on to anger. It is about forgiving, letting go, and choosing peace over perpetual pain. True power lies in the ability to release what weighs us down emotionally and move forward with clarity and lightness. Forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior or pretending that the pain never happened. It is about taking control of your own emotions and refusing to let the past dictate your present and future. When you forgive, you are not changing the other person, you are changing yourself. You are freeing yourself from the chains of resentment and opening the door to inner peace. Holding grudges keeps you trapped in negativity. It constantly reminds you of pain, fueling stress, bitterness, and emotional fatigue. Letting go, on the other hand, allows you to reclaim your energy, redirect it toward growth, and focus on what truly matters in life. Emotional strength is cultivated when you choose to prioritize your well-being over your ego. It is easy to nurture resentment, replay hurtful events, and let anger fester. But it takes courage and maturity to say, I will not allow this to control me. Forgiveness is a conscious choice, a decision to rise above negativity, and a declaration that your happiness and peace are more important than winning an argument or holding on to past grievances. The moment you release bitterness, you create space for positivity, resilience, and growth to flourish in your life. Letting go is equally essential. Life is a constant flow, and clinging to what no longer serves you, be it relationships, past mistakes, or disappointments, prevents you from moving forward. Emotional strength is about recognizing what you cannot change and learning to release it with grace. With grace. It is about understanding that holding on does not protect you. It only limits your potential and prolongs your suffering. By letting go, you free yourself from the weight of unnecessary burdens and embrace the present with a lighter heart and a clearer mind. Forgiveness and letting go also foster healthier relationships. When we release judgment and resentment, we are able to connect with others more authentically. We approach interactions with empathy, understanding, and compassion rather than suspicion or anger. Emotional strength is not isolation. It is the ability to maintain your inner peace while navigating the complexities of human connections. It allows you to build relationships rooted in trust, respect, and mutual understanding rather than fear or bitterness. Ultimately, forgiveness and letting go are acts of empowerment. They remind you that no one has the power to control your emotions unless you allow them to. By choosing peace over revenge, compassion over resentment, and release over clinging, you cultivate a deep, unwavering strength that cannot be shaken by the actions of others. Life will inevitably bring challenges and hurt, but when you forgive and let go, you rise above the emotional turbulence, stand tall in your dignity, and create a life defined by resilience, clarity, and inner freedom. Life is full of moments when we feel lost, overwhelmed, or ready to give up. The challenges come unexpectedly, and at times, the weight of responsibilities, failures, or disappointments can make even the strongest among us question whether it is worth continuing. In these moments, having a clear purpose becomes a powerful source of resilience. Purpose is the why that drives you, the reason you rise after every fall, and the guiding light that keeps you moving forward even when the path is unclear. When you know your purpose, difficulties lose their ability to stop you, and obstacles transform into stepping stones toward growth. Purpose gives meaning to struggle. Without it, challenges can feel endless, arbitrary, and discouraging. But when you understand why you are pursuing a goal, why you are enduring hardships, or why you are striving to be your best self, each struggle becomes part of a larger story. Setbacks are no longer meaningless. They are lessons, shaping you into the person you are meant to become. The clarity of purpose fuels your determination that every effort, no matter how small, contributes to something greater than the momentary discomfort or frustration you may be experiencing. Knowing your why also provides strength when fear and doubt try to take control. Fear often arises when we focus only on the immediate difficulty, imagining the worst case scenarios and forgetting the larger goal. But when purpose is clear, fear loses its grip. You understand that the discomfort of today is temporary and that the long-term rewards of perseverance are far more significant than the short-term pain. Purpose acts as an anchor, stabilizing you during turbulent times and giving you the courage to act despite uncertainty. Resilience grows naturally when actions are tied to purpose. Every morning when you wake up with a clear reason to continue, it becomes easier to push through obstacles. The mind is no longer easily discouraged because it is aligned with a vision that transcends temporary setbacks. Purpose transforms challenges into motivation. It allows you to see beyond the immediate difficulties and focus on the impact of your efforts. People who are grounded in purpose can endure far more than those who lack direction because they are driven by something deeper than fleeting comfort or external validation. Purpose also inspires perseverance when progress feels slow or invisible. Life does not always reward effort immediately, and waiting for tangible results can be frustrating. But knowing your why provides the mental and emotional strength to keep going even when outcomes are delayed. It reminds you that true growth and achievement often require consistent effort over time, and that persistence fueled by purpose is far more powerful than sporadic bursts of energy or motivation. Finally, purpose connects you to something larger than yourself. It gives your actions significance and aligns your choices with your values and aspirations. When challenges arise, you are no longer reacting to life aimlessly. Instead, you are responding with intentionality, courage, and clarity. Purpose fuels resilience because it transforms endurance into meaningful action. It turns pain into progress, setbacks into lessons, and challenges into opportunities for personal growth and impact. Knowing your purpose is like holding a torch in the darkest night. It illuminates the path forward, strengthens your resolve, and reminds you why every step, no matter how difficult, is worth taking. When your why is clear, no obstacle is insurmountable, no adversity too great, and no setback too discouraging. Purpose becomes the unshakable foundation of resilience, enabling you to stay strong always, rise after every fall, and move forward with unwavering determination and hope. Strength is often associated with grand gestures, dramatic victories, or visible achievements. Society tends to celebrate outward success and applause, leading many to believe that true strength is loud, public, and recognized. But real strength is rarely a spectacle. It grows quietly, steadily, and invisibly in the everyday choices we make, in the habits we nurture, and in the way we navigate life's challenges without seeking approval or acknowledgement. True strength is a silent force that builds character, resilience, and inner power over time, far from the eyes of others. The foundation of quiet strength is consistency in small actions. Strength is waking up each day and showing up for yourself even when no one is watching. It is keeping promises you make to yourself, whether that means practicing patience, committing to personal growth, or maintaining integrity in challenging situations. These daily choices may seem insignificant in the moment, but their cumulative effect shapes a resilient mind and a courageous heart. Over time, the quiet repetition of disciplined, intentional actions builds a reservoir of inner strength that becomes unshakable, even in the face of adversity. Quiet strength is also about humility. It does not demand recognition, applause, or validation. People who are truly strong do not boast about their resilience or wait for others to acknowledge their efforts. Instead, they act with purpose, guided by their values, inner conviction, and commitment to growth. This humility allows them to focus on what truly matters, rather than seeking approval or external rewards. It also protects them from becoming dependent on external validation, which can be fleeting, inconsistent, and unreliable. By cultivating strength quietly, they build a stability that is independent of circumstance or opinion. Another dimension of quiet strength is patience. True strength does not seek instant results or immediate recognition. It understands that meaningful progress, time, effort, and persistence, whether it is personal development, relationships, or professional goals, quiet strength thrives in the slow, deliberate work that often goes unnoticed. It is in showing up consistently, persevering through difficulties, and remaining committed to your principles that inner power is developed. The world may not see it, but it is building within you, preparing you to handle life's challenges with grace, courage, and wisdom. Quiet strength is also demonstrated in how one handles adversity. When life becomes difficult, those with true inner strength do not complain, dramatize, or seek sympathy. They confront challenges with composure, patience, and courage. They make thoughtful decisions, learn from setbacks, and take responsibility for their actions. This strength is invisible to the casual observer, but it is formidable, lasting, and deeply impactful. It allows a person to endure hardships without losing their balance, to rise after failures without bitterness, and to maintain integrity even when faced with temptation or pressure. Finally, quiet strength inspires others in subtle but profound ways. It is the calm presence in chaos, the steady hand in uncertainty, and the unwavering resolve in the face of difficulty. People may not always notice it immediately, but over time, they are drawn to the quiet confidence, resilience, and integrity that emanate from those who cultivate strength through daily habits, choices, and humility. This type of strength does not fade. It grows stronger with each challenge faced, each lesson learned, and each act of perseverance. True strength, therefore, is not loud or flashy. It is built in silence, in consistent effort, and in unwavering integrity. It develops in the choices you make every day, in the patience you exercise, and in the resilience you demonstrate when no one is watching. It is quite steady and enduring, and it forms the foundation of a life that can withstand adversity, inspire others, and stand tall, no matter what challenges come your way. Life often presents us with challenges that test our patience, resilience, and courage. At times, it feels easier to simply survive, to endure hardships quietly, to keep our heads down, and to move through difficulties with minimal effort or hope. Surviving is a natural instinct, and in certain situations, it is necessary. But true strength is not only about surviving, it is about thriving. Thriving means embracing life fully, using challenges as opportunities to grow, and letting your experiences shape you into the best version of yourself. It is about turning adversity into advantage and choosing not just to exist, but to shine brightly despite difficulties. A thriving begins with mindset, To survive is to react to circumstances, to do what is necessary just to get by. To thrive is to respond with intention, purpose, and optimism. Thriving requires a shift in perspective. It means seeing obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones. Every challenge carries a lesson, every setback provides insight, and every failure creates an opportunity for improvement. When you adopt this mindset, you no longer see life as a series of hardships to endure, but as a journey full of possibilities to learn, grow, and make a positive impact. Thriving also requires courage and resilience. Life will inevitably bring moments of fear, doubt, and pain. To survive is to hide from these emotions, to wait for them to pass, or to push them aside. To thrive is to face them head on, acknowledging the difficulty yet refusing to let it define you. It is about taking bold steps even when the outcome is uncertain, and trusting in your inner strength to guide you through. Thriving means using challenges as fuel for growth, turning obstacles into lessons and emerging stronger, wiser, and more capable than before. Another important aspect of thriving is action. It is not enough to simply endure hardships with a positive mindset. Thriving requires actively engaging with life, making choices that align with your purpose, and pursuing goals that inspire you. It is about taking responsibility for your own growth rather than waiting for circumstances to improve or for others to support you. Thriving is proactive. It is a commitment to live fully, learn continuously, and push beyond the limitations that fear or doubt impose. Thriving also inspires others. When you choose to rise above mere survival, you become a beacon of hope and courage for those around you. People are drawn to those who face life's challenges with resilience, optimism, and determination. Your ability to thrive in adversity not only transforms your own life, but also encourages others to believe in their own strength and potential. Thriving is contagious, and the impact of one person living fully can ripple outward, creating a wave of positivity, inspiration, and courage in the world. Finally, thriving allows you to find meaning and fulfillment. Surviving may keep you alive, but thriving brings purpose, joy, and satisfaction. Life's challenges are inevitable, but when you embrace them as opportunities to grow, learn, and inspire, you create a life of impact and significance. Thriving is about embracing your potential, living with passion, and refusing to let fear, failure, or adversity limit your journey. It is about shining your light even in the darkest moments and proving to yourself and the world that you are capable of extraordinary growth and achievement. To thrive is to choose life fully, to rise above mere survival, and to transform every challenge into an opportunity to grow, inspire, and shine. It is the ultimate expression of strength, resilience, and purpose, a commitment to live not just for today, but for the potential of all your tomorrows.